All right, and welcome back, everybody. This is More Than a Fan podcast number 73, I believe. And this is a Josh Wagner-led podcast. My name is Ian Bowman, and I'm the associate editor-in-chief or managing editor, whatever fancy title that Josh got. And today I'm joined by two of our newest writers, Dan Zaleski. Hello, Dan.
Hello.
And
Hello.
the infamous Aaron McGee. Hi, Aaron.
Hello, Damien.
How's everyone tonight?
Never been better. How are you?
I'm awesome. No complaints. Even if I had some, no one would care. So I won't talk about them.
This is true. Hey, where's Hayden? I thought he was supposed to be a part of this party.
I believe Hayden is covering something for IBI tonight, somewhere fancy. Somewhere
Hayden's
fun.
taking a nap, let's be real.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is.
Probably partying like a rock star, like all college kids do, right?
I think Hayden's mad at me.
Why?
I don't know, man. I like it. He used to be like Chatty Cathy when I would talk to him, and now it's like I can't even I tweet him and he just doesn't even answer. I don't know. I don't know if he's too busy or.
Well, he's getting big time now.
That's true. He's big time. He doesn't have time for all of us.
I'm just happy he still writes twice a week.
That's true.
I mean, I can't be picky.
Isn't he like deputy editor-in-chief junior or something around here?
He is. So Josh is the publisher.
Yeah.
I'm the managing editor, and then Hayden's the editor. So 1, 2, 3, I guess, or you would call us the overlords.
That's a lot of Bobs, man.
Yeah. Too many levels. We'll work through it. Anyway.
I have like 8 bosses in this place. It's crazy. I think Aaron's my boss too.
No.
No?
No one answers to Aaron.
I run everything.
Yeah, I think Aaron's my boss. Aaron's my boss. You're my boss. I think Isley's my boss.
We get
Wagner's
Twitter
my
followers
boss.
around here.
What's that?
I said we go by Twitter followers, so I win.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah,
win?
speaking of, not to derail this podcast, but how did you get to 2,700 followers?
Yeah, what'd you do? Buy those?
Yeah, you don't even talk
No.
about anything.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. All right, let's get on topic.
I'm
here.
handsome.
Oh my God, you do have 2,100 followers.
Yeah.
Holy jeez, ow!
Yeah. Right.
I thought I was the king of this court. I guess not.
No.
Damn.
No,
He's got me beat by 600 followers. Or 400 followers.
Sometimes I pretend to be a fan of a different fan base and just
There
gain
you
their
go.
followers.
That's a good plan. I have to write that down.
I did it once with Seahawks fans.
Okay.
Gained a lot of them.
Speaking of fans here, Dan and I just did our first Meet the Players thing, podcast, whatever, where we talk to each member of the staff and we tell them a little bit, or they tell me a little bit about themselves and we go over this stuff. And we brought up my Brown's divorce article there a little bit. Dan said that he wanted to.
I want a piece of you on this, brother.
He wants a piece of me. So here's the forum. Here we go. Aaron, I know you're going to jump in and defend me. So go ahead, Dan. Take it away, and I'll just hide under the desk there.
No, but why? I don't understand why you pick now of all time. I mean, look, this would have been a good move last year when we had the worst coach in NFL history and apparently an alcoholic GM. Now things are getting better.
How do you know they're getting better?
Because we have real people in charge, Damien.
Oh,
You have an offensive coordinator who's renowned around the world in North Turner. You've got a defensive coordinator that was in demand. You've got real people in the front office making real decisions, not buzzed over and apparently driving drunk. You know, it's now is like when it's getting better. Now is like the time to jump on, not get off. You got your backwards. You're 2 years too late for this.
Here's the problem. I need to see results. I need to see something to keep me on board, to bring me back into the fold.
Then I would argue you're not a fan. If you have the ability to jump off the bandwagon, then I don't think you're actually a fan. Like, I can't jump off, bro. The Browns could go 0-16 for the next 10 years, and I might get pissed off and not watch the games, but I'm not going to say I'm not a fan, because the first time they go 13-3, I'm back on board with my dog bones, all right? I don't think you're a true fan if you're able to separate. So one of two things is working here. Either you think you're separating yourself and you're not, and by week 8 you'll be cheering right alongside the rest of us, or Number two is you weren't really a fan to begin with because it's impossible to jump off. You can't do it. You can't jump off. There is no jump off.
Daniel, obviously you don't know me that well. I'm a very analytical person, okay? I need to see results before I spend my money and my time. And
Nobody's asking you to spend money. Nobody's asking you to spend money.
No. Yeah, if I'm watching the games, I'm spending my money. I could be doing something else. That's time is money, right? Isn't your time worth money?
Not on Sundays. My time is worthless on Sundays.
Then I guess that's different between you and I. My time on Sundays is worth money. Okay? So if I'm watching football, I'm not earning money. So until the Browns give me a reason to watch something.
So what does results mean? What does it make? Like 13-3? I mean, what do you need to see?
No, like I wrote in the article, I need to see at least 1 or 2 years of consistent improvement. So when they give me 2 years of improvement, I'll start watching again. Until then, I'm doing something else on my Sunday.
So what if they jumped to 10-6 this year?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
What if they go 6-10 next year? That's not improvement.
So they go 10-6. That doesn't prove anything to you.
No, they need to give me more than 1 year of improvement. I need to see more than 1 year.
I just think you have commitment issues in general, man.
I think you're crazy.
Damien, I don't see how. I mean, look, I can understand, hey, I'm not watching the games this year because I'm pissed off. I get that, but to say I'm not going to be a fan.
Oh, I never said I wasn't going to be a fan. I said I need to see.
No, you did. You did. You said you were divorcing the team, which means
I'm done with them until they give me a reason to spend my time with them.
That's not being a fan.
Okay, we can talk semantics if you want to, but I'm not wasting my time with them.
I'm just saying. I don't understand how you can separate yourself from a professional sports team emotionally for 2 years and then say you're a huge fan. I don't understand how that works. I don't understand the thought process because,
I'm a robot, so I
might
don't have emotions.
That's true.
That might be.
I can confirm that he indeed is a robot.
He's a robot.
Well, pretty much black and white for me. So I need them. I just need to have a reason.
So what are you going to do this football season? Nothing? Just going to hang out?
I'm going to referee a lot of basketball and make a lot of money. That's what I'm going to do.
Be happier than most Browns fans.
Right.
I'm telling you.
You guys are going to be pissed off about everything.
I'm telling you, we're on the come this year. I'm telling you.
And then if you're good this year and if you're good next year.
Oh, then we'll have the pleasure of having you back as a fan? That's
it's not about having you.
Come on.
It's not about
we've been good for 2 years. Damien's coming back. Come on.
No one cares if I'm back or not.
I care.
Stop it.
I care.
No, you don't.
I only care if Hiram's around.
Well, he's always a fan. He'll always be around.
As long as I got him in his 15-1 predictions, I'm good to go.
Well, see, it was this year. It was World Series for the Indians and 15-1. So we'll see.
But here's my thing. And it's something else I alluded to in the post, is that the Indians are good or decent or have been better than the Browns for the past 5 years, and no one cares about the Indians. Why?
What do you mean no one cares about the Indians? Let me pull up my Twitter feed right now. Hold on.
No one goes to the game.
Indians. Everybody cares about the Indians.
Yeah, but they're not at the game.
Well, okay, the Indians. You have a scarred fan base in the Indians. But
wait. The Indians are scarred fan base? What's the Browns fan base?
Yeah, Indians fans are out of control. The ones that all disappeared anyway.
They're all, look, there's plenty of scarred Browns fans too. The difference is there's 81 different Indians games to go to. There's only 8 Browns games.
I hate that argument.
Well, it's true though. I mean, look, if I want to
I don't care. I'd rather go watch the Indians have a chance to win than go watch the Browns get their ass kicked.
Yeah, but not 81 times. I mean, nobody goes 81 times. I mean, the Indians could have more fans in general and still have lower attendance because there's 81 home games. There's only 8 Browns games. You have to pack all those fans into 8 home games. That's why the attendances are so different.
No.
Yes, that's number. Come on, Mr. Analytics, that's numbers.
No, what I'm saying is that Indians fans will show up for opening day, and the next day they'll get 5,000 absolutely playing the same team. They lose every home opener, just like the Browns, right? Or false?
Yeah, pretty true.
Yeah, okay. And no matter what, how bad the Browns are, people still show up. Why?
But
Why?
I'm trying to explain to you why. So if I'm going to buy 4 tickets this year to the Browns, and I'm going to buy 4 tickets to the Indians, okay, that is approximately 1% of the Indians schedule and 33%, or actually 50% of the Browns' home schedule. So what I'm trying to say is you have 8 games to squeeze how many hundreds of thousands of fans in. The Indians have 81 games to squeeze all these people in, and that's why you have 15,000 people in Indians games and 80,000 that. The Indians draw more people than the Browns do. Is that not a fact?
I think if we went on percentages, maybe the numbers might be a little different.
A little different. The Indians draw 2 million people. The Browns have 8 home games with 80,000. That's not even a million.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you go on percentage of capacity average out over the whole season, I think it's probably more for the Browns than the Indians.
Well, capacity. If I'm not talking about capacity, I'm talking about numbers now. The Indians draw 2 to 3 times more people than the Browns do.
Okay, that's fine. But my point is, here's my point. What's a better value, Indians games or Browns games?
Indians.
Dollar wise.
Indians are cheaper.
I'll go to an Indians game any day over a Browns game.
Why?
It's cheaper to get in the door.
Why? I have hundreds of reasons.
Give me 3.
Well, 1, I'm more of an Indians fan than a Browns fan. 2, it's way more affordable. 3, I have a much better chance to see a win. And 4, there's a lot more drunk idiots at Browns games. And I prefer to be the only drunk idiot at the Indians game.
Jeez.
I think drunk idiots are funny. I get a kick out of them. I just think it's hilarious. I don't know.
How many Browns games do you go to, Dan?
About 2 or 3 a year.
And how many Indians games do you go to?
Same, about 2 or 3 a year.
And you're more of a Browns fan than you are an Indians fan, right?
That's a fair statement. Yes.
That's a fair statement. So over the past 15 years, we'll just say since 1999, just to make it even, because I don't know how many years it is. Which team has had more success, the Indians or the Browns?
Since '99, the Indians.
So why do people support a team that isn't good, that hasn't been good, that has had 6 or 7 regime changes since 1999, and not the Indians?
I don't know if you've ever traveled 30 miles south of Cleveland, but you have basically the cradle of pro football sitting down here. So you got to understand Ohio is a football-crazy state. Whether it's Ohio State, the Browns, it doesn't matter. People love their football. It could be the Little Sisters of the Poor versus Our Lady of the Elms, and they're still going to watch it because people love football here. It's just a football area. It's just
I love football, but I'm way more attracted to Ohio State than the Browns. But that has a lot. That has a lot to do with when I grew up and things like that too.
But it's still football. Look, it's just a football area. It's always going to be. There's just nothing, and there's nothing that's ever going to happen to change that. We talked about on the thing we just did, Damien. The Indians could win 5 World Series in a row. It's still going to be a Browns town. They're still going to be talking about training camp in the middle of August when the Indians are going on a 6th World Series championship consecutively. It's just the way the way it is around here, and it's not going to change. And the Browns are always going to at least get no more than 60,000 people, no matter how bad they are.
Oh, I understand that, and I'm not suggesting that people should just not go to games, because I understand that, with the way the NFL broadcast rules are, if you don't have a certain percentage, you're not going to see them on TV, which I think is terrible, right? I think that's baloney. Like, show the games. You're making billions of dollars for the games.
I agree with you.
Okay, but my point is that if I'm going to spend money on a product where I'm going to get better results, doesn't it make more sense for me to spend my dollars and watch like Indians or the Browns?
Well, they don't overlap a lot. They overlap a little bit, but not a lot. But here's the other thing, Damien. What about just football in general? Aren't you just a fan of the game?
Yeah, I love football.
So watching the Browns is watching football, whether or not.
Watching the Browns is watching garbage. It's watching poop.
Yeah, but again, we're on the way up, man. Look, the whole thing that started me getting pissed off about this is I just thought it was ill-timed, because it's like now we finally have real coaches and a real.
But we don't know.
Yeah, how many times have we heard that though?
Yeah, we don't know.
How many times has it been true? How many times?
0.
Exactly. Well, anybody that thought Pat Shermer was going to turn this place around was, I don't know what you were
there were plenty of them.
Not Eric. Whoa. He's gone.
That's all right. I'll get him back.
There he is.
No, I mean, I understand. I mean, my thing is, I feel like we go through these changes all the time.
Well, we do.
Every year.
But
so
yeah, but
it's going to be good this year.
But Mr.
Now
Analytics,
finally have good football people, and we have a good quarterback.
But Mr. Analytics, take a look at it. You know, in a heart of hearts, all right, it's happened before, it's the 18th changeover. You know these people are coming here better. I mean, I know you know that because you can look at it and see that. These people are better. This is different. This feels different. Joe Banner seems to know what the hell he's doing. Oh, my God, we have a real offensive coordinator with a reputation.
I thought the same thing about Romeo Crennel.
Oh, come on. Romeo Crennel. Romeo was a stiff. He was a stiff. Romeo. Anyway, I'm just saying, the coordinators are new. The front office is new. These people seem to have a plan, seem to have a vision, and the damn aura just feels different. And I think everybody can see that. It's not just something I'm picking up on. I mean, I think everybody picks up on it.
Okay.
You know?
And here's the thing, Dan. I'm willing to give these guys a chance. I'm just not willing to waste any more of my Sundays until they give me a reason to watch. That's all. It's like if you try to sell your brand new car, and I say, hey, and you say, David, it's the best car in the world. And I say, well, how many people like it? You go, well, you'll be the first to have it. Well, I'm going to say, Dan, why don't you let me know how people like it after the warranty expires, or after a year and a half. That's all. I just want a reason to watch. Give me a reason to watch. That's all.
Okay. I think it's still time. But it's your life. You could boycott everything if you want to. Now is when I think you want to be getting in on the bandwagon, not jumping off. You're going the wrong way. But,
yeah, come on, that's a cycle of a Browns fan.
If this were the stock market, Dan, I'd put money in. But this isn't the stock market. This is real money and time in my pocket every Sunday. It's not my 401k that I can worry about in 20 years.
Well, I'm not so analytical that I can separate myself, so it's hard for me to understand where you're coming from because, again, 0-16 5 years in a row, I'm still throwing dog biscuits at the TV, bro. So that's just me. I can't do what you do. So it's hard for me to understand.
Still watching 0-16 5 years in a row.
If you know what, I'm having fun doing it. Screw it. It's football, man. It's my team. I don't care.
Aaron, jump in here.
Hey, man, when the Browns start to suck on Sunday, I turn it over to the Packers. I don't know what to tell you.
I just start playing Xbox if
Dude, I mean, in all seriousness, for the last few years, you watch the Browns and you watch a different team. You watch the Packers, you watch teams like that. It's a whole different brand of football, man.
Oh, it has been. It has been. He's absolutely right. And I think a lot of that. Go ahead.
I mean, I think the Browns are coming up, but I understand Damien's point. I mean, they need to prove something.
Well, I think they're going to prove a lot this year. I think the scheme last year was absolutely not tailored to any of the talent. I think we literally had one of the worst coaches in NFL history. I mean, I think if you made a list of the top 5 NFL coaches, they're terrible. I think Pat Shurmur's on that list. And now we find out that Heckard's a drunk. And, never mind. I don't want to derail the podcast. It just, it seems like
Wait a second, Dan. Hold the phone.
No, because I gotta take this completely off the target of what we're talking about.
Hold the phone here. Hold the phone.
All right.
Heckard gets a DUI, and now he's a drunk?
No, because here's what's happened, okay? Since he's got that DUI, all these media guys out there are all like, oh, well, there were stories I heard at Berea that... I didn't want to say anything, but I mean, now it's all over. So yeah, apparently Heckard was stumbling drunk the entire time he was here. If you listen to these guys.
Well, if you had to work at Berea and you had that shit to deal with, wouldn't you be drunk all the time too?
I don't know, maybe, but I just think it's funny how.
Have you ever been to Berea? I've been to Berea. I catch a drink every time I go there.
Yeah, I'm in Berea all the time, bro.
Right. Then are you drunk?
Well, no, I'm usually driving, so no, I'm not drunk, but. No, it's just now all of a sudden everybody knows everything, and apparently Tom Heckard's been boozing for years, and all these media guys didn't tell us until now. It's convenient for them to tell us. So apparently he was always drunk. That's all I'm saying, because that's what Tony Rizzo said. Oh, there were always stories. And why didn't you tell us 2 years ago the guy was a drunk? Why are we just hearing about this now?
Because you know why. Because Heckard worked for the Browns. You can't call somebody out.
Yeah, like Triv. The minute TAM lost the game. The very next day, Triv gets on the radio and starts ripping the shit out of him. Hey, why did you say this shit 2 years ago, man? Come on. Stop being fake.
Because they care about access.
Well, yeah, you're right. That's why I like Deadspin. But anyway.
All right, so I want to talk about something else Browns here, related. I guess that Haslam and Banner and whoever the president is, I can't think of that guy's name, the guy from Dallas, they're talking about renovating the stadium. Give me 2 things you guys want to see in renovations for the stadium. And if you say retractable dome, I'm ejecting you right now.
I guess I'll go first. I only want to see one thing. I only care about one thing, but it's multi-part. I want my chain link fence back. I want the dog pound moved to 5 yards outside the end zone. I want the hill back. I want the old dog pound back. The old dog pound. I want the chain link fence, the hill, be about 5 yards away from the back of the end zone. I want that back. Just fix that. Fix that, and I'm good. I'm happy. Next 20
Tell me
years.
why. Hang on here.
Because that was part of the aura of the old stadium. That dog pound was right on top of the end zone. The chain link fence kind of symbolized, crazy, wild, raucous bunch. I want that back. That's. I was proud of that aura that we had, and some of it was the winning, and now some of it's the losing. But that new dog pound is a joke. I mean, it's a joke. Bring back the chain link fence. Bring back my hill so the players can run up the hill and get the hugs. And I'll be good to go. Fix the dog pound. I don't care if it's not the old pound. I understand all that, but aesthetically, give me the old pound, and I'm good.
So that's all you want.
I don't care about a video board or any of that crap. Just give me the old pound. Give me some ambiance in the stadium, starting with the old pound.
All right, Aaron, go.
I want wiener dog races and better music.
All right. I should just eject you for bad.
Hey, Bob McDonald on Twitter says he wants. He has a suggestion for Browns stadium renovations. Make the Browns pay for them.
Well, I think if you've read anything that I've ever written about the Browns and the Browns Stadium, in addition to moving it off the lakefront, which I know you won't, I think that Haslam should pay for its own stadium.
Well, I think we have some listeners, bro. I got all these Twitter comments I didn't see.
Big time, man.
Yeah, look at this, man. We got some listeners here today. Better football in Canada. 3 downs, every play counts from Drew Sahoski.
Hey. Hello.
Yeah, don't ever mention that kid's name again.
Oh, that's the dude that's okay, the dog thing. Yeah,
kid's
don't listen. Don't listen.
Anyway, moving on.
Cardiac Kid has some comments. How dare you question Hiram's predictions? Hi guys.
So, all right. So now that we've talked about me, which is important, and the stadium.
Wait, what did Aaron say? I was reading Twitter. I'm sorry.
He wants wiener dog races and cheerleaders in the marching band or something. I don't know. No one.
I'm down with cheerleaders and wiener dog races. I think that sounds good.
I think they are having wiener dog races. That's why I said that.
I love wiener dog races.
Sounds good to me.
What do you guys think about what do you think about Banner saying no turf today?
Don't bother me, Kenny.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
Explain to me why people are so tied to having grass in Cleveland when almost the majority of the NFL stadiums have grass.
I'm not tied to grass. I just don't care.
You don't?
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Grass, turf. I don't care. Smurf turf in. I don't care what they do. Right? Whatever. It's all the same.
As long as it's still football.
Yep.
And uniforms?
I don't care about that either.
Yeah, just all I care about is don't put a logo on the helmet. At this point, no logo is the logo. I think they would look really dumb if you put something. There's nothing cool to associate with Browns to put on the helmet. So just leave it alone. I don't care what you do with everything else. Just give me an orange helmet with no logo, and I'm straight. I don't care about the rest.
I literally don't care. They can change it, keep it the same. It makes no difference to me.
There you go.
Any other Browns you guys want to talk about? Anything else? Well,
No, Brandon Whedon's gonna have a breakout season.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was gonna go with it. I mean, I think this system, these offensive coaches, Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking 4,000 yards plus and 20 touchdowns. That's what I'm thinking.
T. Rich is going to have one of the goodest seasons from a Browns running back we've seen since '99.
If he stays healthy, which I think he will, but I don't know. But yeah, I agree. I agree. The goodest. I agree.
All right, Mr. Goodest McGee, give me a quick prediction on the Browns.
The record prediction?
The record.
I'm going to go 7-9.
7-9. And what teams they beat in division?
I think they'll beat the Bengals again. I think they'll beat everybody once this year.
Dan?
I'm going with at least 8-8. I think the talent was here last year to go 8-8, to be honest with you. So now that we actually have some coaching, I mean, I think we're going to at least go 8-8. As far as as far as in the division, I'm with Aaron. I think we beat at least everybody at least once. Maybe one team twice. The Ravens are definitely the class of the division. Steelers are on a downswing. I'm not a big Steeler guy this year, and I don't know what to expect from the Bengals. They're schizophrenic, so we'll beat all of them at least once. If there's a team we don't beat, it would be the Ravens. But for the most part, I think we'll at least split in the division 3-3.
And Jimmy Haslam, what happens there? Dan, you first.
Oh, jeez. If you want my gut opinion on what happens, I think he's in trouble. Look, I look throughout history, Damian, and this kind of thing never ends well for the CEO. And for everybody that's saying that he didn't know about this, I mean, you've obviously never worked with a P&L report before, because
right.
When you look at a P&L report, it's really obvious where your money is going. So one of two things has been happening here. Either Jimmy Haslam knows about it, or the books have been cooked before he saw them, which is possible, but now you're talking like an Enron type cover-up thing.
I was just going to mention Jeff Skilling.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's about 5% chance of the books being cooked before he saw them, and about a 95% chance that he knew exactly what was going on. It's, especially it's a private company. I mean, come on, I'm not so naive. He knew exactly what was going on. He was okay with it. I'm not saying he endorsed it, but he didn't stop it. So all these people turn in state's evidence. The only thing this means is that they're going after a bigger fish, and it's pretty soon there's not going to be any bigger fish left to get than Jimmy Haslam. So I don't know if it means jail time. I don't. But I think he's in trouble, man.
What does it mean for the Browns?
Well, I mean, it depends on how much trouble. Look, if he gets indicted, I think the NFL might step in. You can't have an NFL owner facing federal charges for fraud. I mean, you just can't do it. So, I think it's 50-50 whether in 2 years he's going to own the Cleveland Browns, and that sucks because I think Jimmy's brought a little bit of energy to the team and done some good things. But I mean, look, if he's a fraud, he's a fraud, and he'll have to go. I mean, and we'd be better off if he did go, if that's the case. So,
Aaron. Oh, Aaron, I think you are muted. Did you mute yourself, Aaron? Aaron's muted. I don't know what that means.
He's making
Aaron, that means Aaron, I'm gonna hang up on you and you can call me back.
He's making gang signs.
Well, part of the fun here, folks.
That's what I think about Jimmy Haslam. Oh, there he's back now. Okay. Aaron, we hear you.
No.
When you muted him, man, I think it screwed it all.
Aaron.
Maybe he could do flashcards.
Yeah, I think No, I can't hear you. I'm not really good at reading lips either.
I think he should do flashcards. You should hold up. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying.
Close the Hangouts app and I'll call you back.
This is great technology if it works.
Yeah. Aaron, unplug your headphones and plug it back. Oh, wait. me try and invite
I
you.
know that. Here's what I do know: when you muted me, I had to physically unmute myself.
Really?
Even when you took the lock off. Damien did this.
What did they?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think when you muted somebody, I had to physically unmute myself after you took the lock off. So I think on an
You there?
iPad.
Yeah,
he
there
is.
you go.
There he is.
Yeah, you muted me, man.
No. I muted you because you're making a noise, and then I unmuted you.
And then I was just muted on my own.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking Jimmy Haslam, and Aaron, I need your opinion on what's going to happen.
I just think it's going to get blown away at one point. I mean, I just think that 2 years from now, it'll be an afterthought, and Jimmy Haslam will still be the Browns owner.
So you're going with he'll still be here, and
yeah, I'm not basing that on any facts, but that's just what I think will happen.
All right, so that sounds like you're the complete opposite with Dan just.
Yes.
Everybody might be the opposite of what I think. I don't know. I just these things never end well for the CEOs, man. Throughout history, there's WorldCom, Enron, you name it. These CEOs go down.
But being completely honest, I'm not educated enough on it to really know.
I don't know if any of us are really educated on it. So I'm just going off of what historically has happened to CEOs when the FBI starts raiding headquarters.
But then again, it is the Browns, so something bad will happen.
That's exactly it.
Let me know when it's all good, and I'll come back and start watching it again.
One day.
Dan Gilbert needs to buy the team. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, well, I'm not thrilled with Dan Gilbert either, so that's a whole nother.
Well, what did Dan Gilbert do to piss you off now?
Move on. Let's talk Buckeyes.
All right, we'll do that. So I'm going to insert a fake break here, and now we're back. And welcome back to the More Than a Fan podcast, number 73. I'm your not Josh Flagner host, Damien Bowman, at Damien Bowman, and I'm with Aaron McGee, A.A. Aaron, whatever, M59. And
you should know he's got like 14,000 Twitter followers.
I know.
Everybody should know.
I know Ben Maller.
Of course you do. And now we're going to talk about Ohio State and Urban Meyer and all the discipline that he meted out on Monday. And I want to get some quick thoughts from Aaron about what's going on, who's in control, and who's responsible for who. Aaron.
That's what he thinks.
All right. How about you, Dan?
Well, okay, so let's recap this question here. So, give it to me in chunks because you asked like 7 questions.
Okay, I guess we'll start with Hyde. What's going on with Hyde?
Nothing. The video apparently exonerates him, and all he did was the right thing. Got hit, walked away.
But I heard on 92.3 today that there may not be a video.
Well, I don't know. 800 sources say there's a video. Some of them have even seen it. So I'm going to say there's a video, and I'm going to say that nothing's going to happen to Carlos Hyde, and this whole big thing was just, media frenzy over nothing. Yeah, look, the Buckeyes are the Yankees, all right? So everything's blown out of proportion. Everybody hates Ohio State, but they're like the Yankees. So anytime there's any little bit of news on Ohio State, everybody jumps on it. And that's just what happened here. And then, the people that think they're smarter than everybody else had to give their opinion, and they were wrong. And, it's okay. I mean, whatever. Keep hating. Keep hating when we're national champs this year. That's fine. I don't care.
Aaron.
I lost what you were saying.
Give me your thoughts on Chris Hyde or Carlos Hyde or whatever.
Carlos.
Whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes. There's conflicting reports out again tonight, so I mean, we don't know the whole story yet.
Is it safe to say that the truth is somewhere in the middle? He hit her and he didn't hit her?
I would guess. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that nothing happened that would be a black eye on him in some way. But initial reports that he cold-cocked her and knocked her out are probably, a little bit of a stretch. Yeah, I mean, you don't hit a woman. It doesn't matter if you slap her. It doesn't matter if you punch her, whatever. But I think it was overblown at first.
What do you guys think about how just at Ohio State, forget about whatever happened at Florida and Hernandez and all the other guys down there, including Tebow. What do you guys think about how Urban Meyer has handled discipline on this team?
I have no idea because I'm not involved in the day-to-day information. But
But based on what you've seen.
based on what I've seen, it's fine. I mean, look, you're not going to stop college kids from being college kids. I mean, I saw Isley tweet yesterday, well, he should be suspended because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. They're going to stop a 20-year-old kid from going to a bar. Are you serious? I mean, come on. Kids are kids. They're going to do stupid things. It doesn't mean the coach is. I'm sure Urban Meyer sits there and says, keep yourself out of bad situations. Don't do that. There's kids are still going to do stupid things. So it seems fine to me. I don't think there's any issue there with Urban Meyer.
I just don't think enough's really happened to see. I mean, you talk about the refs and things, but they had a bad weekend. But since he's been there haven't been a ton of incidents. The Storm Klein thing last year, he kicked him off the team until he was acquitted in a court, and he let him back on the team. So, I agree with that.
Yeah, and I mean, look, as soon as there was anything against Carlos Hyde, they suspended him immediately. I mean, so, yeah, it just went fine. This had nothing to do with Urban Meyer or the inmates running the asylum. It has to do with college kids being college kids. It's just going to happen.
And
Go ahead, Damien.
What I was going to say is I think at some point, I think we have to stop blaming coaches for the things that athletes do. I know that I tweeted something about, and Aaron and I kind of went back and forth about this, about, Johnny Football, about, he showed up and he wasn't really all into it, and everybody was kind of like, oh, he needs to act like an adult. Well, he's in college. Like, kids are going to be kids. Like, unless you're going to work every day or you're doing this, like, I think you're allowed to have a little leeway. And Dan, I think that kids are going to go to bars and things are going to happen now. They have to be smart enough to know when to walk away, though.
Right.
Look, I'm a big fan of personal responsibility, quite frankly. Johnny Football is being Johnny Football, and if he comes out and he sucks this year, it's on him. It's not on anybody else but him. And if Carlos Hyde did beat down a girl, then it's on him. It's not on Urban Meyer. It's on him. I hate this. It's the media frenzy of Ohio State, like I was saying earlier. It's OSU, so everybody jump on board and rip it apart. And that's fine. At this point, I feed on the hate. I understand where Yankee fans come from, because that's exactly what Ohio State is in the NCAA. So they're hated. They've got the most fans, and everybody, well, except Notre Dame probably, and everybody hates them for it. So that's fine. It is what it is. Personal responsibility, though. Urban Meyer's doing a great job. Keep it up.
Aaron, anything to add?
We're going undefeated and beating Bama in the national title game.
Woohoo!
That's your official prediction, huh?
No. It's not my official prediction.
All right,
I would like that to happen, though.
We'll get that in a few weeks.
Okay.
Podcast coming up in a few weeks, college football. I guess obviously, Dan, you don't think that Hyde should be suspended if all this comes out and nothing.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes out that he didn't hit the girl, then no, I don't think he should at all. I mean, if he comes out that he beat her down, then yeah, he probably should be. So it depends on what comes out. But if it is what they said it was yesterday, then no, I don't think there should be any reason to suspend it at all.
I agree.
What do you think? Why do you think everybody has this negative perception about Urban Meyer and about his discipline? Is it from everything that's happened while he was at Florida or after he left Florida, or is it just people don't like Urban Meyer? What do you think?
You know what this is? This is because he's won national championships. He's in the spotlight, and now he's at Ohio State. This is just part of being successful. Is people are looking to tear you down. People are jealous. They're looking to bring you down to their level, and that's all this is. Urban Meyer's a successful coach. They know he's going to dominate the Big Ten for the next 5 years, and they want to bring him down. And that's all this Mark May, all that's all this is. This is part of being successful. And,
Well, in fairness to Mark Mann, he's always been Ohio State. So.
Right. Well, I understand that, but I'm saying this is all part of the machine. People want to bring Ohio State down. They want to bring Urban Meyer down. And so this is just part of it. And, Urban's doing the right thing by not commenting on it and just keep doing what you do. This is going to happen when you're – look, the rest of the Big Ten is so completely overmatched right now. It's scary. I mean, Ohio State could probably sleepwalk through every team except Michigan, and that's only because of the emotion of that game. So, of course, there's going to be leaks. There's going to be Big Ten coaches sniping them through the press. There's going to be all kinds of things going on because they want to bring the team down. They want to bring Urban down, and that's just the way it's going to be from now on. While we have Urban and he's bringing in these recruiting classes and he's doing these things, it's just get used to it, guys, because this isn't going to stop. And it's only going to get worse if he starts winning national championships.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I start reading these articles that, the guys from the national title team of 07 or whatever, this many guys have been arrested, but some of them were, 4 or 5 years after they're done with the program. That has nothing to do with Urban Meyer. If I get arrested right now, I can't blame my high school football coach for it. That's absurd.
You played football?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
But, I wish I got to blame him for things that went wrong in my life. But, you should have a lot better and more influences than your football coach. But
All right, so let me wrap this mini conversation up. Aaron, which game would Ohio State lose this year?
If they lose a game?
Yeah, which team?
Well, the obvious candidate would be at Michigan, final game of the year. But I think at Northwestern is just as likely.
That's the one that I was going to say. Dan, what do you think?
I think the question doesn't compute because they're not going to lose a game. But if there was a game that they made, I think it's at Michigan. Just because of the emotion. I think that's the only game that they're really going to be facing. They're really going to be facing a team with a little bit of talent and that they're fired up to win. And that's the only pitfall. And I just got a tweet about this. Zombie Fan 45 says don't sleep on Northwestern. So he agrees with you guys. I think Michigan's the pitfall as usual. Because man, I'll tell you what, if they're undefeated going into that game, Michigan would just love nothing else but to knock them off. So
I just think Northwestern has played us tough historically in Evanston, and they're a much better team than they've been in the past with a much better coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't expect them to lose, but I wouldn't be stunned if they did.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of the game that I was looking at. Obviously, like we all said, Michigan, but I think the next viable candidate to beat Ohio State, I think, is Northwestern. So I guess we'll see.
Or the national championship game. Who are they?
Or Alabama.
Or Alabama.
Well, actually, I guess you can't really just lock in the Big Ten game, can you? You can't just say that they're going to automatically win that game.
Yeah, you can. True. You can pretty much just say that.
I agree.
Really?
I don't agree with Dan.
Yeah, I think who was that Wisconsin last year, Nebraska, whatever, might disagree with you.
Nebraska lost like 70-2 or something.
Yeah, but they beat the crap out of whoever the first time around. That's my point.
Anything can happen, man. That's why they play the games.
Yeah, that's true.
We know that. They almost lost to Purdue last year.
They almost lost to Purdue the year they won the national championship.
Should have lost to Purdue last year.
There you have it, boys. All right, anything else on Ohio State?
National championship.
Yeah, Michigan still sucks.
Michigan still sucks in national championship.
I like to say they suck, but they're improving.
Wait, hold on a second. It is now 11:15 p.m. and Michigan still sucks.
Now that we have that in, we're going to take another break, and then we are going to come back and talk Indians, and then we will wrap it up. All right, and we're back now. Back to the More Than a Fan podcast, number 73. I'm Damian Bowman, along with DZ, Common Man DZ.
He's drinking a 7-Up product.
I am. If any of my bosses are watching, look at that.
Good man.
Loyalty.
That makes me.
It also helped I get this for, a pretty good discount.
And of course, on the other end is Aaron M59.
And I'm killing bugs.
He's killing bugs, and I am drinking margaritas as always.
Yeah, I meant to ask you that pretty pink beverage you got there. What is that?
Yeah, that's
Very cute.
margarita. A lot of vodka or tequila, I mean.
Yeah, that's good.
I pegged Damien as a hard whiskey drinker.
Oh, I like whiskey, but when I'm potting with you guys.
Damien does like good beer, though, so I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah.
I
He's
drink
a big
it all.
fan of good beer. I finished my water.
Yeah. Well, you're trying to lose weight, and now I'm putting it back on, so whatever.
Ran 7 miles tonight.
That's
Nice.
good. I think I dredged some house today, so that's about as good as I'm gonna get. Anyway, let's talk a little Indians and let's get out of here. What do you guys think? What are we looking at for the Indians? They lost this year to Seattle, and they have what? Texas at home this weekend, right?
No, Seattle was hot though. I mean, the Minnesota stuff there is no excuse for it. But I mean, Seattle won 6 in a row coming into this series, so that was going to be tough. It's the West Coast. I don't think you can judge a whole lot of what's gone on the last couple of days. I don't think they're going to win the division, but I think they'll be in it till the end. Last couple of weeks of the season. I don't see any reason why not.
It's a 100-game season. I mean, they are what they've shown at this point, I think. They're a streaky team. They're going to finish a few games over 500 and miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's about right.
No chance at the wild card?
I mean, they're further back in the wild card than they are the division.
In the division, right, which is what I've been saying.
I mean, I think they're 4.5 back right now in the wild card, with 3 teams in front of them.
Yeah, I don't know that they have the horses this year. I mean, look, hey, we're at the mercy of Detroit. Detroit could piss all over themselves, and I guess we'd have a chance, but that's the only way it's going to happen.
Unfortunately, I think Detroit's a much superior team. Their pitching's better. They have Miguel Cabrera. They have Prince Fielder.
I agree completely.
Their 2 best offensive players are a mile better than anybody are position guys. So
it would take them just crapping the bed this year to get the Indians in.
If Mark Reynolds discovers that April-May magic again, we got a chance, but I don't know if he's ever going to hit again. So.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Assuming the Indians don't make a move at the deadline, they don't trade trade out, trade in, they don't buy or sell, whatever. If you're Antonetti, Aaron, what moves are you going to make in the offseason? Let's pretend like the season's over, we finish second, 4 games over 500. What moves are you going to make in the offseason to make the team?
I mean, take your choice, man. They're going to need starting pitching. I think bullpen help wouldn't hurt. And you're going to have to shore up the lineup. Yeah, I think Cabrera's going to be gone, and I don't think Lindor is ready to come up. You're going to have to make a move there. You're going to have to really decide what you're doing at third base with Lonnie Chisenhall. It depends what he proves the rest of the year. But if he doesn't improve, you're going to have to do something there. Reynolds is gone. There's plenty of choices.
Dan?
Yeah, boy, aren't we glad we didn't listen to the fans and sign Reynolds to that 3-year deal everybody wanted. Jeez, oh man, he fell off the table, man. I never seen a collapse like that before. It was unbelievable. They don't make the playoffs. They go into the off season. I mean, I think offensively we'll be able to patch something together just like this year where we'll be fine. We really need to get a top of the line guy. I think that's one of the most important things that we can do. The bullpens are streaky. What sucks this year might be good next year in the bullpen. It's hard to say. I'd like to pick up a little depth there. So I guess what I'm basically saying is pitching, and I think we can cobble together an offense just like we did this year. So.
Well, I like the offense, but you're going to be losing a couple of those guys is a problem.
Yeah, but I think that kind of happens every year with a small market team. I think just like this year they'll be able to. I mean, this year they just kind of cobbled it together. You got this guy, that guy. Yeah, it'll be the same thing. I mean, I think you have Swisher.
Bro, Just we'll call him Bro from now on.
Bro, yeah, you got Bro.
Oh, worst promotion ever.
Ohio, bro.
Terrible.
Well, I live here. We
Chill,
love it
bro.
here.
Stop it.
He's not just gonna play here; he's gonna live here.
Oh, just play baseball.
We're gonna be involved in the community. You know, I'm not worried about the offense. I think they'll cobble that together. I think it's gonna be, but you know, top flight pitchers don't grow on trees, man. You're gonna have to go find one. You know, whatever. You know what? I'm tired of protecting these young prospects that never pan out like Chisenhall. You know, so if you gotta give up Lindor to go get somebody, then by all means give up Lindor. You know, I do what you gotta do to get the guy.
I'll keep Lindor. Don't trade him.
Well, we say that about Chisenhall. We say that about everybody. And how many of these guys actually develop? I mean, very, very few.
I don't say that about everybody, but I will say that about Lindor.
Fair enough.
Why?
Trade him.
Why?
What's that?
Why?
Because the kid's, I mean, he's making absurd leaps through the minors right now. You know, he's been in Akron for a short time, and he's hitting 450. I mean, I'm not a baseball scout. I don't know if he's going to turn into a stud, but I don't think there's anything worth trading him for than rather just taking the chance on having an absolute star on your team in a couple of years. And he's what? I mean, he's 19, 20 years old, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he's about 2 years, but I don't know. Is he any good defensively? I mean, I don't know. I've obviously never seen him play.
Everything I've read, and I can't say I'm a huge minor league fan or anything like that, but I've read great things about him, and
yeah.
I mean the stats back it up. Anything can happen with those guys, we know that.
But you know, so here's the thing: you've got a team though that they're close. I mean, they're not there yet, but they're close. If it's Francisco Lindor or playoffs, I mean, I don't know. I think,
yeah, I mean, I'll go playoffs, but I don't think they're trade. You know, you're not getting Justin Verlander for Francisco Lindor. I mean, I think unless you get an absolute ace, or unless you just get a 50 home run guy, and those guys aren't there, you know. So I don't see any.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I don't want to trade.
Right guy.
I don't want to trade Francisco Lindor for Bud Norris. You know.
No, I think we're on the same page there. I agree with you. But if the right guy comes available, I think you got to do what you got to do. I mean,
sure. Yeah, I just don't think that's there this year. Nobody that they need they're going to take on financially anyway.
I mean, look at the '90s Indians. We thought they'd go to the World Series 6 times, and they went twice. You know, so I think
I miss that. When do we do that again?
Yeah, no kidding.
When do we get to lose in championship games again? Because I miss that.
Well, what was it? 96, I think we didn't get past the first round, didn't we? We got beat by Baltimore or something.
I missed that too. When does that happen?
Yeah, we didn't even get past the. So, you know, I think you take the opportunities when you got them. And I was real surprised they weren't more involved for what's-his-face, Greinke. You know, I kind of thought they'd go down to the wire in that one. I don't know. You can't just assume that it's going to be back again because, you know, and if it takes Francisco Lindor to get a top-of-the-line guy in the offseason or whatever, then I think to do that. And
yeah, in the offseason, sure.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get that guy now. That's just not going to happen. I mean, it's going to be in the off season. So, but you know, Chisenhall, it was can't miss prospect. And look, I mean, he may still turn out to be a solid big leaguer. I don't know, but I don't see it. I mean, the guy's got more holes in his swing than Laporta does. You know, it's bad.
No, he doesn't have more than Laporta.
Equal to then.
He has a lot, but he's not Matt Laporta.
Watch it. You know, Lisa loves Matt Laporta.
Well, apparently Aaron does too.
Yeah, he loved so much that he left us again.
we besmirched his name.
He got all upset and he's gone now.
He had to jump off.
Oh boy.
Dang, I think we got some listeners today, bro. I thought we got all kinds of Twitter comments going on here. That's awesome.
Anything we can respond to real quick?
Oh, let's see.
Are these in your mentions?
Yeah. Let's see. We got people correcting my math on the. And we've got.
Hey, tell them to try and do it live.
Fan is short for fanatic. Don't forget that. I don't know, but it must have been written on a fan or something.
That was from earlier.
Yeah.
From me.
Colton Zombie Clee fan 45 says that the Browns will have a top 10 defense in the NFL.
What, like Madden NFL or what?
I don't know. And then Sean, a good buddy of mine, the Cardiac Kid, is chastising me for bashing the Browns earlier. So
Wait, that's Sean. That's Hayden's or Hiram's best friend, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Hayden's too. I don't know if you can say the Browns are going to have a top anything defense till we find out how good Mingo is. I mean, I don't know.
I think you can say top 30.
Top something? I
Top
don't know.
30 defense.
Top 30? Okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I mean, I don't know yet. I haven't seen him play. I don't know how good Mingo is. It's possible. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's impossible. I don't know. I hope so. They have a top 5 defense, and Damian might just come back next year. So you're telling me, hold on. So let me take this to a logical conclusion, Damian. All right.
Okay.
So you're telling me right now, on air, recorded for everybody to see, that if somehow the worlds align and the Browns make the Super Bowl this year, that you're not going to be there. You're not going to represent.
I need more than 1 year of excellent play.
Now you're just nuts.
Yeah.
Why am I nuts?
This is on tape, so we'll see.
Whatever.
I hope I have a chance to
Because so what? They win the Super Bowl this year. I don't care what they
You can
do.
say whatever you want. I don't care. Josh in there.
Yeah, I don't care what they do after this season. If they win the Super Bowl this year,
they're
they
not
can
going to
go
the
0
Super Bowl,
16
man.
for 5 years. Well, I agree, but
Well, hold on,
in
but
his
you can't
crazy
say
premise,
definitively. You can't say
I think you
definitively.
can.
I mean, teams jump out of the woodwork all the time. I don't think you can say definitively that no 0% chance that's going to happen. Is it 1% chance?
1%.
But it's not 0.
0.0001.
Yeah. You're
It's
telling me there's a
breathalyzer.
chance.
Like Tom Heckert, like breath alcohol test chance to get to the Super Bowl.
It might be alkaline. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not happening.
But you're probably right.
I'll see you in 2015. I hope they're good by then. I have other things to do on my Sunday. I spend all day Sunday watching
Hecker a
football.
beer drinker or a liquor drinker?
Who? Me?
Hecker.
Oh, I'm
Tommy.
You
Hecker.
know he's a sloppy beer guy. Come on.
no. I'm gonna go whiskey.
Whiskey? I think he's a sloppy beer guy.
Whiskey or
He has that
bourbon.
look. He has that look.
Although he's in Colorado now,
Jägermeister.
so it's probably beer. Colorado's like the second.
Coors Light.
Yeah, he could be drinking a lot of Coors. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
He'd have to drink a lot to get drunk. Coors is water.
well, I don't know. I'm sure he has pretty good access to it. So.
Yeah, let me have another water, sir. They give him another Coors. Anyway, we got to wrap this up. Anybody got anything else? Browns, Indians, Ohio State.
Cavs.
All right, you got 2 minutes. Go.
I don't got much to say. Listen, 6 seed for the Cavs, Browns 7-9, Indians just missed the playoffs, and Buckeyes are going undefeated.
Wait, did you say 60? 6-0?
No, 6 seed.
Oh, I thought you said 60. I was
My
like,
boy
whoa.
Bynum's going to stay healthy. We're going to get some good hairdos with him, and we're going to see some entertaining basketball.
I actually agree with almost everything you just said. So, yeah. Okay, I took my thunder away.
As you should.
Aaron, tell the people where they can find you.
Yes. Aaron M. 59 on Twitter, or Belleville, Ohio, whichever.
Do you have more than a fan email?
I don't.
We'll take care of that. So we'll just say, Aaron at morethanafan.net in about a week. Because, we have to mail it to the post office and back. What about you, Dan?
Sure.
Where can they find you?
They can find me every Thursday and Sunday on morethanafan.net. You can find me on Twitter at CommonManDZ. And pretty much every other social network in existence, I've got some kind of profile. So feel free to look me up, yo.
And more importantly than all that,
And more importantly than all that is the mailbag.
mailbag.
Which, I love getting mail and people asking me my opinion on Nigerian princes and, send
Royal
it.
babies.
comments, questions, concerns. At the end of the week in review every Sunday, we try to answer some reader questions. Had some good ones, had some not so good ones. So if it's whatever it's about, send it over, and we'll answer it at the end of the week in review. So.
All right. Thanks for
DZ
joining.
at morethanafan.net, by the way, I should say.
DZ at More Than a Fan. Aaron, DZ, thanks for joining us. People,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it was our pleasure.
Thanks for
Thank
staying
you.
up. I know this is late for you guys.
Great. I'm just getting started, bro.
Yeah, me too. I've got stuff to write, or else Josh is going to kick my ass. Anyway, Damien,
Josh is little. I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
Plus,
wide.
he's got that whole
Like
wedding
us.
thing he's planning. We've probably seen the last of him till September, so you're good.
So Hayden's in charge still then.
With wow. So we can pretty much do anything we want then, is what you're saying.
That's right. Substitute teacher, boys. Have at it.
Porn post tomorrow! Watch those hits go up.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Damien Bowman at Damien Bowman, Damien at morethanafan.net. This is podcast number 73 without Josh Flagnerless. Thanks for watching. Leave us a comment. Send us an email. We'll see you soon. Thanks.